He's stuck inside my frickin' grill. Hello and welcome to Tommy's Reptiles. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys how my monitor lizard escaped. It all started when I got my new baby quince monitor. This is footage from my first time seeing my new pet monitor. I was so excited. And right off the bat, I knew that there was something super special about this monitor. He climbed right onto my hand and was not scared at all. Quince monitors are known to be very skittish, but that was not the case with Walter here. He warmed right up to me. Within the first 2 weeks of having him, I'd put crickets on my hands and legs, and he would jump right onto me and grab the crickets. No problem. And as he grew, I gave him bigger food items. He'd crawl right onto my arm, grab the food, and bring it right back into his enclosure. Let me give you guys a quick rundown on how exactly this happened. I felt like Walter trusted me, and I trusted Walter, so I began to bring him outside and feed him on this table. Before he escaped, I probably brought him outside about 15 times and did the same exact thing. And little did I know, on this day, a bird would fly right overhead. You'll hear this bird in 1 second. Right after this shot, I turned my camera off and another bird flew over his head and he freaked out, jumped off the table, and then ran under the grill. Then he climbed up and inside the inner workings of the grill, so I took the grill and I wheeled it inside my house. You can see here that he really wedged himself up in there and there's no way I was going to reach my fingers up in there and get him out. I was really struggling trying to figure out how to get him out without hurting him. I realized that the only safe way that Walter can get out of this grill was to make that decision on his own. So I started to try to coax him out with his favorite food item. And after I tried this about 20 times, I realized he wasn't having it. Then my next course of action was to set up the grill with a heat lamp and a fish tank so he could have water and heat, and I put food on the ground and eventually he came out after 3 long days. This is footage of him back in his enclosure after those 3 days, and you can see he's exhausted. I felt terrible. Then my reptile room flooded, and now his enclosure is over here on the floor in the middle of the living room. So since he's been moved to such a weird location, I feel like he's lost some trust in me, and I don't blame him. Change could always stress out a monitor lizard. I'm going to show you guys the progress that's been made with building back Walter's trust again. He's right here behind this rock wall, and whenever I start changing his water, he starts sniffing around looking for food. On today's menu, I'm going to offer him one of his favorite foods, quail eggs. Whenever he hears me shuffling around with the paper plate, he starts to come out, but has been a little skittish recently. There he is. Come on out, buddy. Come get yourself a nice fresh quail egg. While he's occupied eating the quail eggs, I start to get a little more hands-on with him again, try to build his trust, try to give him a little chin scratch, little pets on the back, and it seems to be working. Sometimes he'll do this and drag his food behind that rock wall, but don't worry, he'll come right back out, and I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I'm going to have him crawl up my leg. I think that this is a good way of building trust again. He'll trust me enough to crawl up my leg, eventually up my shirt, and then even onto my shoulder. You'll see here that he almost escaped again. Wrong way, buddy. Luckily, we're inside my house and there's nowhere to go. Gotcha. While he's finishing that second quail egg, we'll get the third one ready to go. All right, buddy, come get your last quail egg. There you go. Well, looks like I definitely have to wash my pants after this. But this is what I was talking about before. While he's occupied eating that egg, this is the perfect time to start giving him little scratches again and get him used to it. He's a good boy, and he's getting a nice big enclosure upgrade soon. No more rock wall that he can run and hide behind. Whoa, don't try to eat the camera, bud. I don't really want to have to grab him because that could stress him out, but I want him to go back into his enclosure on his own terms. And there he goes. And this is a good sign. That means he feels safe and secure inside his own enclosure. Or that he just wants to look for more food. I can tell he's starting to feel more confident around me, and he's not really scared of me or the camera, which is an excellent sign. Here's something I barely see, Walter taking a drink. I've only seen him do this like 3 times. So the moral of the story is, I'm never taking him outside again unless he's on a harness or inside an outdoor enclosure. I learned my lesson big time. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching Tommy's Reptiles.